Good morning. All you need is a mat. The end. All right, so let me just get myself set up here. Sorry, I'm running a minute or so behind. Oh. So good morning, my name's Katie, and we're gonna do a lower body workout today. Should be a good time. I'd say it's pretty low impact, but we'll really focus on some good strength, but just won't be anything too intense this morning. So hopefully that jives with what you were looking for. Is that the timer I want? Should be, but I thought I had a warm-up saved in here. Well, I did, but it's not in here. Who knows? We'll put it back in. I like just having a timer for the warm-up because it tells me how much time I have. Okay, awesome. Well, we are going to go ahead and get started with our warm-up. So we'll just go ahead and start by marching in place. Okay, there we go. So just go ahead and start marching in place. I'm going to adjust the camera. Just make sure that it shows me. That works. Okay. So march in place. Start with that march. And we'll shift to high knees in just a few seconds here. But like I said, my name is Katie. We'll do a lower body workout today. Hopefully it's a nice workout for you. We've got 6 rounds. We're going to do 2 exercises in each round. Good. Switch to the high knees. Pulling those knees up. So 2 exercises per round, 30 seconds per each exercise, with 10 seconds of rest in between. And we'll repeat each exercise. So we'll do each one twice. Good. Keep it here for just a few more seconds. We'll switch to hamstring curls. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Hamstring curls. Starting to warm up those legs. Keep doing that. I'm just going to grab my water. I have it down here by me. Good. Keep that up. Got 10 more seconds here. Just a little less. Get those arms involved. Warm up those arms as well. 2 and 1. Good. Side reaches. Stretch through that side body. Ooh. Body definitely needs the warm up today. A little stiff. All right, keep that up. A few more seconds. I'm just going to do another little adjustment. It's like a science to this. One that I don't really. Good. 2 and 1. We're just going to take it nice and wide, take it side to side. Start to wake up those inner thighs a little bit. Yeah, like I said, 6 rounds. The last 2 rounds will be down on the floor. So first 4 will be standing. Yep, standing the whole time. Good. A few more of these. They feel good. Good. 2 and 1. Good. Let's just do some nice and easy. Well, actually, we'll end with this one. Just going to do some hip rolls here, alternating. Or if it's easier for you, you can stay on one side. I'll tell you when to switch. I'll just do that with you. But if you want to keep alternating, if you prefer that method. It says my battery is low, but my computer's plugged in, so that's not good. All right, switch sides if you were doing sides. All right, so is this not working? Sorry, technical. Need to see if my thing's plugged in. Okay, it is. Okay, we're good. Sorry. All right, 2 and 1. All right, we'll just end with some lunge dips. I'm just gonna go ahead and pause this. We'll finish these up and then we'll be good to go. All right, so just take it into a runner's lunge. We're just gonna drop that hip. Kind of ease into that knee, front knee. Just to kind of give us a little dynamic. Front of the leg stretch. Good. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. A few more of these in here, and then we'll get started with our workout. Sorry about that. Hopefully, I won't get that message again. I think the outlet is just not unable to hold the plug very well. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, stand that up. Feel free to march in place or whatever you would like to do. I'm going to adjust this one more time. I feel like I'm going to keep adjusting it. All right, so our first 2 exercises. Just move your feet in whatever way feels good for you. Some butt kicks. If there's something that felt like it was still a little tight, keep doing that while I'll show you what we're doing. First exercise is just going to be a squat with a front kick, alternating. Okay, so nice. Kind of read where your body's at. Do you need to ease into the squats, maybe not do full range of motion, and then get a little bit more after that. All right, so we're going to do our second exercise is going to be a lunge. So we're going to lunge down, come and do a leg lift up. So we're going to stay on one side, and then the second time through, we'll do the other side. So those are 2 exercises to start. We'll get started in 19 seconds. Okay, so squats and front kicks. And then the lunge with the leg lift. If balance is an issue, you can do this on the wall or grab a chair, back of your couch, whatever works for you. All right, we're starting in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So squat, front kick. So 30 seconds here. And again, kind of read where your body's at, what feels good for range of motion with the squat right now. Good. All right, you keep doing that. I'm just going to show with this squat, making sure we're pushing our hips back and down into that squat rather than coming forward on our knees. All of our weight should be back down on our heels. 2 and 1. Good. A little rest here. I'm going to start with my right leg back for my lunge and leg lift. 2 and 1. Here we go. So lunge, lift. I'll show you the side view. Lunge, lift. So pushing up and really squeezing through that glute as we come up halfway here. We're back to that squat with the front kick. Lunge, lift. So that really works for that back of the glute as well as the front of the leg. 2 and 1. Good. All right, back to the squat and the front kick. Again, remember to put all that weight into your heels. 2 and 1. Here we go. Okay. Another cue I like to tell people is when you're down in your squat, you should be able to wiggle your toes. I don't know if you can see that on the screen when I do it, but you should be able to wiggle your toes when you're down at the bottom of your squat. Good. 10 more seconds here. Keep it up. You got it. And breathe. 3, 1 more, and rest. Good. All right, so I'm going to take my left leg back this time for the lunge. 2 and 1. Here we go. So lunge it down and lift. Trying to keep my hips square. I want to kind of turn out a little bit whenever I do these. So just trying to keep my hips as square as possible. A little turnout's all right, just to help you get a little bit of that lift. Just as long as we're not fully rotating. Okay, 2 and 1. Good. Rest. Shake that out. All right, round 2. We've got deadlifts and monster walks. So for the deadlift, I'll show you a side view because I think it's a little bit easier to show it. Feet about hip width apart, nice soft knees. Really focusing on pushing my hips back and not as much squatting down through my legs. So pushing it back, standing it up and squeezing at the top. Push it back. Okay. Chest is pretty much lifted. Okay, neck in neutral alignment. And abs tight. And flat back. Okay, so we got those, and then monster walks. I'll start back here and just show you. You kind of look funny doing them, but you're just going to be nice and wide. We're just taking it up, okay, and then back. So just stay nice and low and wide on those legs. If you have a band, I'm going to make it harder, you can do that. All right, but we're starting with that deadlift in 10 seconds. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Now, if you have hand weights, you can absolutely use those for these. I'm just opting not to today, but whole point is to really squeeze up into that glute as you come down, keeping that belly pulled up and in, and squeeze. Good. 10 more seconds here. We shift to those monster walks. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, I'm going to start back a little bit. And again, nice and low, hands behind the head. And here we go. Nice wide stance. And then take it back. Five more seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Good. All right, back to that deadlift. Again, you can be holding weights for this. 2, and 1. Here we go. Okay, 10 more seconds. 2, and 1. Good. All right, back to those monster walks. So if you had a band, you just have your feet in it, holding on. So you wouldn't have your hands up. And here we go. Take it back. And nice and low. More seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Good. All right. Round 3. All right, this round we're going to be doing some pulsing. So, steps funny. We're going to take it nice and wide into a plie pulse. Okay, so just sinking it down and pulsing. I like to add some little calf raises as I'm doing these, just to work through those calves a little bit. So we've got those, and then we're going to do a lunge pulse. So we're going to do one side and then the other, but we're just going to stay nice and low on that leg. Okay, and pulse it out. That's it. And then we'll do the other side the second time through. So grab a drink. We'll start in a few seconds. All right, so we got that plie pulse. If you have weights with you, this might be a time where you grab that weight and hold it. Same with the plie or with the lunge pulses. All right, I'm going to take it nice and wide. We're starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So nice, just nice and low and pulsing it out. Some people like to do like a little punch while they're doing this. Just whatever makes it interesting for you. I'm just going to show you a side angle so that you can see. Taken my class before, you know, but in case we have any newer people, we're trying to take it more straight up and down rather than back with the plie pulse to really focus on those inner thighs. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, quick little rest. Then we're going to do our lunge pulses. I'm going to start with my right leg back again. All right, get in position. 2 and 1. Here we go. So just pulsing it out. Side angle view. I feel like I'm like position myself a little bit. So right angle pretty much with both legs. This really burns out that leg. Weight should be in our front heel rather than the toe, so we're not leaning forward into it. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Check that out. All right. Back to that plie pulse. Take it nice and wide. And here we go. Yeah, I think my laptop is like just turned in just ever so slightly, so it looks funny back toward me. Probably you. Again, you can add those little heel lifts just to make it a little bit harder. You keep that up. I'm just gonna try to square this off at me so it doesn't look so silly. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, lunge pulse left. We're gonna take that left leg back. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Just keeping it nice and low, pulsing it out. And again, weight is in that heel. I should be able to lift my front toe up off the ground. Woo, baby, a single leg is, feel that pretty much right away. Good. And 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. Doesn't sound hard until you do it, right? All right. We have got 2 more exercises. Round 4, and then this is our last standing round, and then we'll take it down to the ground, and then you'll need your mat. So for this one, we're just going to stay nice and low, do a little spot hop out and in. Option is just to step it out, okay? And then we've got curtsy lunges, and we'll just alternate those. So those are our last 2 standing exercises. We'll start in about 30 seconds before we take it down to the ground. Drink a lot of water today. All right, so we've got our squat hop. Again, if you need low impact, you're just going to step it side to side. Just keep it low. Kind of our theme for the day, I guess, is standing low on those legs. All right, we're starting in 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Okay, so option 1 is to hop it out and in. You can also just be here. Start narrow, step out 1 leg at a time. Stay nice and low on those legs. Keep it low. It's like you've got something above your head. You stand up, whoop. Just keeping it low. We've got this. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake that out. All right, curtsy lunges. Alternating with those. Or if you prefer, you can just keep it on one side, and then we'll switch. So totally personal preference. If you have some balance issues, you might just want to stay on one side. Good. 3, 2, 1. All All right, back to that squat hop. 2 and 1. All right, good. So whether you're doing the higher impact option or the low impact option, you just want to make sure that you keep focusing on pushing your hips back. A lot of times when we're doing this, we start to like want to creep our weight forward. So really just keeping our weight back, and you'll feel that immediately when you make that little shift. It's just a tiny little shift. So like really keep your hips back and rest. Good. All right, back to the curtsy lunges, then last standing exercise, last 30 seconds of standing. And here we go. Side to side. This is another one where you could add some weights. I mean, I'd say most of these you could be holding weights while you're doing them. Make it a little harder. And of course, if you were doing like curls or something, that would make it harder too. And rest, good. All right. Grab a drink, grab your mat. Make sure that I've got this where I need it. I'm gonna pop this down just a little bit more. Sorry, you can probably not even see my cut off one. All right, so same thing, 30 seconds per exercise. Just sit up straight. And 2 exercises. These here. All right, so the first one's donkey kicks. So we're on all fours, stomach tucked up. Don't arch that back, okay? And we're just gonna bring the knee in, stamp the ceiling. Okay, so we'll do one side. Then we're going to switch to straight leg lifts for the next 30 seconds. And then we'll do all the same thing on the other side. Okay? It's a little challenging because we're going to do the right side and then we're going to do the left side. I think it'll be good. All right, we're starting. 5 seconds here. Shoulders right above wrists, hips right above knees, and here we go. Make sure that you're keeping your hips square. Flex through that foot. We have a tendency to want to like turn toward the side that we are using. But really try to fight that. Keep that stomach. Keep that core engaged. Belly button to spine. Try to keep those hips as square to the ground as you can. 6 more seconds here. Quick break, and we'll do the straight leg lifts. 2 and 1. Good. Sit that back and rest it for a second. We're going to stay on the same side. Again, hips above knees. And here we go. Oops, sorry. So just a straight leg, point that toe. Really focus. Pull that belly button into the spine. Keep those hips square to the ground. Don't let yourself come out to the side. This is where we really helps engage our core while we're working through that back of the leg. 5 more seconds, you've got it. And rest. Woo! Sit that back. Okay, next side. We're going to do the left side now. Or if you already did the left side, then do the right side, whatever. And here we go. So in, push that knee up. You might notice that one side feels different than the other. This side is so much more tight. It's like tighter for me. So I really have to fight to keep my hips square. My range of motion is just not quite the same. Or at least it doesn't feel the same. 2 and 1. Good. Sit that back. Back to those straight leg lifts. So again, shoulders right above those wrists, hips above, and hold that core in. Straight leg lifts. Pull that belly button into the spine. Don't let it go. Keep those hips square. You'll start to feel yourself tipping a little bit. Just correct. And go right back to keeping those hips square. Woo! 10 more seconds here. The first 30 seconds on the side is like not that bad. And then you get to the second exercise and you're like, okay. 2, and 1. All right. Something about the floor work that makes you sweatier than the standing. I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is. But, all right, so next 2 exercises and our last 2 before we stretch. And cool down. We've got hip bridges and clamshells. So, I'm going to straighten my, I'm going to take this out full. Such a thin mat when I'm on my knees. I'm going to have it. All right, so hip bridges. We're going to be down on our back. Now, you have the option of doing like a normal, regular, I shouldn't say normal, just like a regular hip bridge. So pushing up through those hips, feet up towards the glutes, okay? Option is to take it to a single leg, which is going to be harder. So, but we're going through it twice, so you can do each side. So we've got those. And then really quick, we've got clamshells. Keep those feet in alignment with the hips. And we're just opening and closing. Okay? All right, hip bridges, 2 and 1. Here we go. I'm going to do double feet, both feet down. So one of the biggest things I think with hip bridges that I've had to correct myself over the years, sorry if you can't see me that well, is to really focus on keeping my core tight as I lower down so that I'm not arching my back as I come back down. I don't know if you can see that with the purple mat on my shirt. And rest, good. I'll show it to you the second time through. All right, clamshells, and 1, here we go. So it's almost like we're trying to pretend like we are up against a wall, and this is actually a good way to do it. So if you are near a wall, you can go ahead and do it that way. Especially if you're watching this later, you can pause me and get up against a wall. And that just ensures that you're keeping your hip tucked and you're keeping everything pressed against that wall and not letting yourself come forward. 2 and 1, good. All right, back to those hip bridges. I'll try to hold my shirt so you can kind of see what I mean. 2 and 1. So we're going to lift those hips, and as we come down, I want to keep my hips kind of almost tucked, keep my core tight, so I'm not arching my back. So a lot of times when I come down, you keep your back arched, and that can put a lot of pressure on your low back. I don't know if you can see that. So the difference is I'm coming down and trying to keep my back flat versus arching that back as I lower my hips. It's a really common thing. 2 and 1, good. All right, I'm going to flip over to this side from my other side. I'm not facing away from you all. All right, clamshells. 2 and 1, here we go. So again, just like we're right up against a wall, trying to keep everything pressed. And keeping that leg, not dropping it all the way. All right, 10 more seconds, then we're going to stretch it out and we're all done. Actually, we'll end with a little plank hold. We've got a little bit of time. 7:30. And rest. Good. All right. We'll do a 30-second plank on your hands or down on your elbows. You're going to hover, whatever works for you. We're going to start in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Just a nice little plank hold to finish this out. If you want to get fancy and add some different movement, feel free to do that. I'm just going to focus on the plank. I feel like I don't do that enough. So really squeezing through my whole body. 10 more seconds. Squeezing through those legs, those glutes, pulling my core in. 2 and 1. Good. Drop it down. We do a little child pose just to start us off with our stretching. Really reach those arms forward. Okay, look through one arm, the other. Whew. All right, good. here, we'll start with front of the hip stretch. So you can lean into it for sure. Sometimes all you need to do is just squeeze into that glute and you can really feel a good stretch, especially if you're really tight. It might kind of be too much to lean into it. If we just squeeze through that glute, we should feel a really good stretch through the front. And then if that feels good, then you can add up a little arm to the side. Again, keep squeezing through that glute, and that really helps deepen that stretch a little bit. A few more seconds here. 2 and 1. Good. Release that. Let's do the other side. So again, squeezing through that glute, figuring out what's a good spot for you to be in. My hips are so tight right now that I feel like I barely have to squeeze through my glute. So clearly I need to do some more stretching throughout the day. And I can always tell if I sat a lot more the day before, just by how tight the front of my hips are. All right, let's keep it here for a few more seconds. 2 and 1. Good. All right, I'll sit it down. Stretch out those hamstrings. So just do a little forward fold into that toe. Trying to keep our back mostly straight. It's hard to, but just so that you're not slumped over. Keep your chest lifted. And if you can't touch your toe, that's fine. Just grab onto your ankle. But we're just trying to push into that so we feel a good stretch into that hamstring, that back of the leg. Good. A few more seconds here. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch it out. Again, same trying to body position, trying to keep our chest lifted, back pretty flat. Just stay here and grab that toe for a deeper stretch. Maybe you're way more flexible than me and can bend yourself all the way over. You do you. Good. Be here for 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, let's do a little butterfly stretch, and then we'll take it back for a figure 4 stretch. But just a little butterfly, and I'm just slowly leaning, or slightly leaning, not slowly too, controlled, and then just slightly leaning into it, just to get a nice stretch through those inner thighs. Again, trying to keep my chest lifted and my back as flat as I can get it. Good. Let's stay here for a few more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's take it back down on our back. And just going to do a figure 4 stretch. So top knee, cross, making a 4. I'm going to pull my bottom leg in as I try to push my top leg back, or this way. Just really stretch through that side of our hip here. Glute. Good. A couple more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch it out. Other side. All right. Good. And hold that. Good. About halfway down with the stretch. We will slowly make our way up to standing. Some deep breaths in. All right, 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Good, release it. All right, and over to the side. Oh, I'm just taking my water over. Sit it up. I'm just going to slowly get myself up here, feet underneath me. Good. And press through those legs. I'm going to do a little forward fold. Drop the head to the chin. Feel it stretch in the back and the back of our legs. And when you're ready, just really slowly roll yourself up. Do big shoulder rolls back and forward. And back again. Good. While we're here, I know we did 2 upper body today. Round through that back. Chest stretch. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my allergies. You're probably all like worried about people whenever they hear me sneeze for the first time, they freak out, but maybe you kind of heard it, so that thing, but excuse me for sneezing, allergies. Good, all right, let's take a few deep breaths together. So I'll just put it. Let's hold this one up at the top. One more. And let it go. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Katie. This was lower body workout. If you liked the workout, feel free to send us an email at virtualfitness@tryhealth.com. Let us know what you liked, or let us know if there's something else that you want to be seeing. If you can also comment on this video, you can like it. And then if you aren't already subscribed, make sure that you do that. You get alerts when we're going live. But yeah, I think that's about it for me today. But I am grateful that you joined me. And I will be back on Thursday for intervals at 5:30 p.m., not a.m. All right, y'all. That's it for me. I hope you have a great Tuesday, and hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.